Hello there everyone, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to yet another video, and it is match preview time yet again for Bristol City, and this time a home game against Bournemouth. Obviously the last two games we've been away to Millwall and away to Posh. This time's a home game. By the way, this last video was a bit of a weird one because I had a different setup. Didn't tell you guys about it. But yeah, different setup now. And also, sorry, just to be careful. New light, bit different lighting. It's kind of like a table lamp. Can do a bit both. It's just staring at me, card. But yeah, it's pretty good. So yeah, bit of a different setup. Hopefully we can improve on that, and yeah, get the viewers up. But Bournemouth at home. Bournemouth manager, obviously Scott Parker, ex-Fulham, and yeah, got them relegated, unfortunately for Parker and Fulham. Got them relegated from the Premier League, but also got them promoted the first time of asking. It's fourth, and obviously won the Clive Joe Bryan double. Of course it was. So yeah, did a pretty all right job at Fulham, but towards the end it went a bit sour there because football was getting a bit sour and a bit boring, and Fulham fans kind of had enough of it, and they wanted him to leave, and he did leave. He went to Bournemouth. Fulham have now got Marco Silva. Of course, we've already played Fulham, we've already been to Fulham, we got that 1-1 draw. Of course, Bournemouth look quite solid and second in the league at the moment. They were top yesterday. They have a game in hand. They could go 3 points clear. They were 3 points clear before West Brom's win yesterday over Birmingham City with that Carlin Grant winner. But Bournemouth in second place. I'm sure if you stop the season right now, they will absolutely take a second place finish. And yeah, that's pretty much all from Bournemouth, I suppose. No, it's quite a trip for the away fans. If you wanna check out my very quick thoughts, you can go do that on AFC Bournemouth Back of the Net podcast. Yeah, I had a chat with Sam on Twitter, not from Twitter. Yeah, follow him on Twitter there. So you definitely go out and follow him on Twitter there. A great guy. Cheers for having me on, lads. But yeah, Bournemouth. Injury news, well, for Bournemouth, who's there? Jefferson Lerma looks like he could be back after that. I think he got a knock in his game for Colombia. God, I'm very tired today. But yeah, Bournemouth looking quite good, obviously. In their last two games, a very good win over Sheffield United, a 2-1 win, went a goal behind, but in the second half, but they did turn it round and won 2-1 there. And against Posh, where they got a 0-0 draw, not so good, but still a win. In fact, last 4 wins for Bournemouth have been by 1 goal, so that kind of does suggest this game is going to be quite tight. And that last 4 wins have been against QPR, granted, but against Cardiff, against Luton, and against Sheffield United, granted. So realistically, if you take out QPR and Sheffield United, that against Luton and against Cardiff, 2 narrow, tight wins. So they do like to play the margins a little bit, but before that, their previous win before that was against Barnsley, 3-0 win there. But normally Bournemouth do like to play on the tight margins, and I have been hearing Bournemouth can play a lot better than what they are at the moment. So that's Bournemouth. Let's go to Bristol City. Obviously City, 3-2 win at Posh. Chris Martin winner. A great win there, and we will be looking to bounce back because Nigel Pearson's back in the dugout now after COVID-19, which is great news, obviously, because he's a fantastic motivator, he's a fantastic man motivator. Man management is absolutely superb, and we absolutely missed him, I suppose. Curtis Fleming's still going to be there, which is great as well, because Curtis Fleming, I thought, did pretty decently. He had good tactical knowledge, not quite in Nigel Pearson's level, but you know, that's what Nigel Pearson's there for. He's there for the tactical knowledge. Curtis Fleming's there to help him out. I'm not expecting Curtis Fleming. If Nigel Pearson does miss any more games for Bristol City, and Curtis Fleming does take charge. I'm not expecting Curtis Fleming to know all the netting knowledge that Nigel Pearson does, because, well, he's our manager, and that's why we're not. That's why we are paying him to be assistant manager to Nigel Pearson. So I thought Curtis Fleming did quite well to get 3 points out of Millwall and Peterborough. Bit disappointing with Millwall, obviously, but I did say bounce back and show a reaction. We did show the reaction against Posh. Obviously now the international break, 2-week international break, ridiculous. But yeah, we look like we could get something from this game. Bournemouth are pretty open, aren't they? And even though it is quite different to what Parker used to play at Fulham, they are still pretty open at the back. I do expect somewhat the possession to be very strongly in favour of Bournemouth, like it was against Fulham for us. When we played Fulham, that is, when they had, I'm just going to have a quick look. Fulham had 64% possession that day. I do expect it to be a bit similar. I don't expect it to be 64, maybe 60 or 55, but I do expect it to be majority possession to Bournemouth, because they are a team in midfield with the likes of Christie, Billing, Lerma, not Gosling anymore, Ben Pearson, Lewis Cook, they do have some very talented midfielders in their side. So that is going to be a bit of a threat. Obviously, Eddie Marcondes as well. So yeah, it is going to be definitely a massive threat from the midfield. We obviously saw under Jonathan Woodgate last season, and it's different. Billing does score goals from a position where he does run into the box, almost like a Nick Powell type of player for Stoke, where you run into the box and he does score a few goals. But yeah, all round, I expect it to be a very good challenge for us. Again, we did very well to cope against Fulham. Can we cope against Bournemouth? I think we could. Bournemouth are definitely there. If we can counter clinically, I think that they are there for the taking. There is something for us in this game. We've only lost one home game this season, and we've not won any, but we've only lost one home game this season, which is pretty ridiculous, really, because our home form is absolutely god-awful. It genuinely is, and we shouldn't, we've got 4 draws this season now at home out of 5 games. We only lost one game, and that was a 1-0 loss. So all our home games have been tight margins. In fact, all our games, every single one of our games, has been very tight margins, which is interesting, because we've not lost heavily, but we've not won by a lot either, which is worrying and positive, because we are in all of our games. I just think if we can get that solid finisher and a solid lineup in, and we're still playing those tight margins, I think we could do quite well. Because if you're playing tight margins, I'm going to give a broad example here. We saw under Steve Cooper for Swansea last season. They played tight margins. They got the results. I think if we can play tight margins and get a solid striker, and Chris Martin, Natty Wells, Andy Vyman, whoever it is, taking those chances which we do create, I think if we can take those chances, even at 1 or 2, just take them, I think we can do quite well this season. Because I think we are quite what's the word I'm looking for? Vulnerable to conceding a goal in a game, because, well, we've got Tanner, who's really young, Atkinson, who's really young, Bentley, who is incredible, but is also sometimes prone to a mistake. Remember, Bentley is incredible, but he's playing in the Championship, so he's definitely prone to a mistake. Jay De Silva, who's been in and out of Bristol City all his career just because of injury. So there is definitely a lack of understanding so far. I think that will definitely improve going on through the season. But at the moment, there is definitely a bit of lack of understanding in the City back four, and I think Bournemouth could take advantage of that. And yeah, that's going to be interesting to see how that one works out. In terms of a key player for Bournemouth, I would have said David Brooks, but obviously we wish David Brooks all the best in his recovery with cancer, because it's just absolutely horrible. And yeah, it's not good at all. Bristol City fans, I genuinely hope you clap in the, we all clap in the 7th minute for David Brooks, because he deserves it, and he needs our support, and he needs our kind wishes at this time, because David Brooks is it's been spotted very, very quickly, but it's still very concerning news. I'm sure he'll fight through it, but we're all with you. All of the footballing leagues, all of football, David is with you at this moment in time. But yeah, I would have said David Brooks, but I'm going to go for Ryan Christie. Now, Ryan Christie obviously signed from Celtic, didn't he? For a fair bit of money, and especially with the pedigree he had in Scotland, I think he is going to be a real threat to that Bristol City back line. We need to take care of him. We don't need to only target him, because they have got good players all over the pitch. Jaden Anthony, Tom Solanke, Phil Billing, as I've just mentioned. But I think we're going to have to take care of Ryan Christie, because he is a very, very, very intelligent, smart player. He plays for Scotland almost week in, week out. Almost every game. But he's a massive threat, and I think we're going to have to take care of him. And whether he plays down the right or whether he plays down the left, Tanner or Jay De Silva are going to have to take care of Mr. Christie, because he's going to be a threat. So yeah, in terms of just touching back quickly on Bristol City, I'll just have a quick look at that lineup against Posh. It was Bentley, Tanner, Canas, Atkins, and Pring. Pring also, I forgot to mention, young player, obviously riddled with injury as well. Gonna have to take a bit of time to just pave those in, and just smooth those players in and get an understanding between them, and then we'll obviously build on there. King and James, that's solid. Williams, Vyman, Callum O'Dowda, Chris Martin. That was the team lineup against Posh. I don't expect much change. Maybe Joe Williams back into midfield, because Joe Williams is not a right winger. He's not a right winger, lads. Come on. Maybe Andy King out. Maybe Casey Palmer. Maybe Alex Scott. We definitely lack a bit of firepower, like real genuine firepower, because you look at Bournemouth, they can bring Solanke out. You know what? Let's just have a quick look at the bench for Bournemouth. They can bring Come on, they can bring Solanke out. They can just put Marcondes in. They can put Jamal Lowe in. It's not really Alex Scott or Casey Palmer level. Casey Palmer and Alex Scott, that is, they're not to that level. No respect to them, because they're great players, but not really that level. Danny Simpson, no, actually, never mind. Let's just ignore that. I don't expect much change, to be honest, because we won last time against Posh, and we should have scored at least 5 goals, because Posh were very open. Are Bournemouth more open than Posh? Maybe not, but maybe to a similar level. But do they have better players than Posh defensively? Absolutely they do. So we're going to have to be slightly wary of that. The reason Bournemouth have been playing this open style and not been halfway down the league is because they've got good players at the back and they can afford to do it. Look at what Fulham are doing. They're playing very open. They've got Tim Ream, they've got Robinson, Brian. They've got Hector. They've got Odoi. They've got Tesse to come back. Adrabayo. So we've got some very good players there. So it will be interesting to see how we counter-attack. But yeah, that's the match preview, I suppose. It's going to be a very interesting game, and I'm definitely going to be there. I've still not worked out how I'm going to get there, but by the time this video is up, I'll probably be at Ashton Gate, because, well, where else would I be at 11:45? Oh, my life is depressing. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. Please make sure to like the video if you haven't already. Subscribe to the channel for more Bristol City content. I'll also be doing Championship stuff as well, because it's a fantastic league. But yeah, thank you guys for watching, and comment down below your thoughts in general for Bristol City versus Bournemouth, and I will be seeing you later for the match day vlog. last time I forgot against Fulham, I forgot to put the team lineups up, which is not good. But I'll be making sure to do that today. Again, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you later. Cheers.